In the heart of bustling Manhattan stands a sanctuary of green that has been a New York City landmark for over 150 years. Central Park is more than just an oasis, it's a living testament to the aspirations of its creators. But beneath the verdant blanket and manicured lawns, there are whispers of secrets hidden away in the shadows. Imagine stepping into this park with a flashlight, exploring after dark when most others have left behind their day-to-day worries. What if I told you that Central Park isn't just a place where families gather on sunny Sundays? It harbors stories that could send shivers down your spine and challenge everything you thought you knew about one of America's greatest urban landscapes. One such story involves the original plans for Central Park, which were dramatically altered by an unknown force. In 1857, Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vose presented their design to the Board of Commissioners with dreams of a perfect park. But what if those very designs contained more than just green spaces? What if something was deliberately hidden or removed? In the 19th century, New York City was a city of contrasts, where wealth and poverty stood side by side, and where darkness often lurked in the shadows. The story goes that during the park's construction, workers unearthed bones and artifacts from an ancient burial ground. Legend has it these were not just any remains, they belonged to Native Americans who had been forcibly relocated or displaced. But what if there's more to this tale? What if Central Park itself was built on a site with far darker history than anyone realized? Some historians believe that the park might have been constructed over the remains of an even older burial ground, one that predates European colonization. These stories are not just tales for the night, they're hints at a much larger and more complex narrative. As we delve deeper into Central Park's hidden past, imagine standing on the great lawn where children laugh today. As the sun sets over Manhattan, casting long shadows across the bustling streets of New York City, it's easy to overlook the serene oasis that is Central Park. Towering skyscrapers stand guard around this green lung, a 843-acre expanse where millions find respite from urban life. But beneath its tranquil surface lie secrets, whispers and shadows hidden in plain sight. Central Park has been more than just an escape for New Yorkers since its creation in the mid-19th century. It's woven into the very fabric of the city, a testament to both human ingenuity and dark undercurrents. In 1857, Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vose won the competition to design what would become this iconic park. Their vision was to create an urban retreat that blended nature with artistry, providing a place for leisure, reflection, and community. However, as we peel back the layers of time, a different narrative emerges, one tinged with mystery and intrigue. The story begins long before Olmsted's arrival, in the early 1800s when Manhattan was still largely undeveloped farmland. This area, known as the Green Girdle, was home to various communities including African Americans, Irish immigrants, and Native American remnants. One of these groups is particularly intriguing, a small community of free black settlers who had established themselves in this region by the early 1800s. They lived alongside enslaved individuals on nearby farms, creating a complex social tapestry that was both intertwined with and separate from mainstream society. The history of these people remains largely unknown to most New Yorkers today. In 1825, under the administration of Mayor Samuel B. Ruggles, plans were drawn up for large-scale real estate development in this area. Ruggles envisioned a grand boulevard that would slice through what was then known as Seneca Village, a community where black families had built their lives and futures. In the heart of bustling Manhattan lies a green oasis that has captivated millions. Central Park is more than just a park, it's an enigma wrapped in layers of history, secrets, and shadows. Today, we embark on a journey through time to uncover some of its most mysterious origins. The story begins in 1857 when the City Council commissioned Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vose to design what would become Central Park. Their vision was grand, a tranquil retreat amidst urban chaos. But behind this seemingly perfect plan, there were hidden intentions and darker forces at play. One of the most intriguing theories revolves around a man named William Cullen Bryant. Bryant, a well-known poet and politician, played a pivotal role in securing funding for the park's development. However, his true motives have long been shrouded in mystery. Some historians believe that Bryant was secretly involved with secret societies who sought to use Central Park as a means of political influence. Another layer of intrigue involves the land itself. The site chosen by Olmsted and Vose had a history far more sinister than anyone could imagine. Before it became a park, this area was known for its graveyards, where thousands of New Yorkers were laid to rest in unmarked graves. It's said that during construction, workers unearthed human remains, which added an eerie atmosphere to the project. Yet another fascinating aspect is the involvement of John Roebling, the engineer responsible for constructing several key structures within the park. Roebling was a man with a troubled past. His bridge-building career had been marred by controversy and tragedy. His work on Central Park's bridges was seen as both a triumph and a curse. Some believed that Roebling harbored dark secrets or even supernatural beliefs, which influenced his engineering practices. The story takes an unexpected turn when we delve into the funding of these projects. The money used to build Central Park came from various sources, including donations from wealthy benefactors with their own agendas. One amidst the bustling metropolis of New York City lies a green oasis known as Central Park. A place where millions walk each year, enjoying its lush gardens, serene lakes, and historic landmarks. But beneath this iconic park's surface, there are secrets that have remained hidden for over 2 centuries. In 1857, construction began on the largest city park in America at a time when New York was booming with growth and development. As workers dug through the soil, they encountered layers of history far more complex than anyone could have imagined. Among them were human remains, bones scattered across the landscape like some prehistoric battlefield. These bones told stories of forgotten lives from centuries past. They hinted that before Central Park became a symbol of urban renewal, it was home to a bustling African-American community known as Seneca Village. This tight-knit group thrived for decades until they were forcibly evicted and their homes demolished in the name of progress. But why did these remains remain undiscovered for so long? The answer lies in the park's own history. During its construction, many areas that held historical significance were simply covered up or forgotten about. It wasn't until 1991 when a team from New York University began digging near what would become the Mall of Central Park that they stumbled upon these remains. The discovery sent shockwaves through the city. Archaeologists uncovered not just bones but also artifacts, pottery, tools, and other relics that offered glimpses into everyday life in Seneca Village. These findings suggested a community with deep roots, their lives intertwined with New York long before it was known as an economic powerhouse. Yet there were more secrets buried beneath the park's surface. As archaeologists continued to dig deeper, they uncovered evidence of something far stranger, evidence that hinted at darker practices hidden within the park's history. Among these findings were remnants from what appeared to be a mass grave site filled with bones, arranged in disturbing patterns. These arrangements did not follow typical. As we delve deeper into the history of Central Park, it's impossible not to feel a sense of intrigue mixed with unease. The stories that emerge from its lush landscapes are far more complex than anyone could have imagined. This park, often seen as an oasis in the heart of one of America's busiest cities, has been shrouded in mystery and controversy since its creation. Central Park was originally just rolling hills and swamps when it began to take shape in 1857. The idea of creating a public space for New Yorkers had been around for decades, but it wasn't until the efforts of landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted and engineer Calvert Vose that this vision became reality. However, their designs were not just about aesthetics, they also aimed to create an escape from urban life's harsh realities. One of Central Park's lesser-known secrets is its history as a dumping ground for refuse from surrounding areas. During the mid-19th century, New York City was grappling with rapid industrialization and population growth. Waste management was a pressing issue, leading city officials to seek solutions in the vast expanses of what would become part of Central Park. The park's first superintendent, John Mullaly, played a significant role in these early practices. He organized teams that would collect trash from nearby neighborhoods and bury it within the park's boundaries. The refuse included everything from discarded furniture to dead animals. At times, entire buildings were dismantled and their remnants sent underground into the earth. This practice continued until 1865, when city officials decided on a more systematic approach by creating sanitary embankments. These structures allowed for regular dumping of waste without disrupting park activities above ground. The site known as Great Hill was one such area where tons upon tons of trash were buried, effectively turning the earth beneath it into a giant landfill. However, these hidden layers are not just about historical garbage disposal, they also hold clues to environmental history and public health concerns. For as the last rays of sunlight vanish behind the towering skyscrapers that now surround Central Park, a quiet sense of mystery lingers. It's easy to imagine this vast green oasis as a simple escape from the city's concrete jungle, green spaces where families play, lovers stroll, and joggers run in perfect harmony with nature. But beneath its serene surface, the story of Central Park holds secrets that have remained hidden for over 150 years. Imagine stepping back through time to when construction was first underway. The land, once a swampy wasteland known as Seneca Village, teemed with life and community. Families lived there, children played among the dense trees, and adults worked hard to eke out a living. Yet, in 1857, just days before groundbreaking on Central Park began, these communities were forcibly evicted by city officials eager to make way for this grand urban retreat. The people of Seneca Village knew not what lay ahead. Their homes were demolished with little regard for the lives they had built there. The men who once worked the fields now found themselves unemployed and dispossessed, their womenfolk left without a stable home or income. Some managed to find new places, but many others were forced into poverty-stricken areas of the city where opportunities were scarce. This brutal displacement is just one layer in the complex history that Central Park hides like an old treasure map. As we walk its winding paths and bask in the tranquility it offers today, a question lingers: what happened to those who once called this land home? Were they forgotten or merely moved out of sight? As night falls over the park, the shadows stretch long across the grass, hinting at stories untold. Ghosts of the past seem almost palpable as we imagine what it might have been like for those Seneca villagers, men and women forced to abandon their lives in a matter of days. Yet, this is not just about loss, there's also an enduring some truths hide in shadows. Subscribe to uncover them.